would you expect you or them to come down in an all white gown? Now, I know that it's a cliche, a tradition, but like, I remember, and I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not even going to tell you the relationship because they're going to call and beat me up. But I knew somebody who had several children, and she came down with, it was electric white. I've never seen electric white in my life before, but it was an electric white wedding gown. I mean, it was glaring white. It was like so freaking white that when she walked outside, it was like glaring in her eyes. And I was like, a lot of people are like, now you know daggone well. You have kids. There you go. You put Do Not Disturb on?
All right. We're back. Okay.
Yeah, put on Do Not Disturb.
Say it again?
Put on Do Not Disturb so they don't disturb us anymore. Don't disturb this groove.
Yeah. Well, you know, these hotlines just keep going.
Because you are in demand. And we're going to get to that part too. So we were just talking about, you know, what people wear. So now, have you ever had a bride that wanted to be bold and wear like a color that you know good and well may not match them, or it may not fit who they are?
I would say there have been 3 brides that, you know, they choose to represent themselves. And at the end of the day, you know, I know women are very sensitive to being unique and wanting to be different. And oftentimes I let them put on what they want to put on because at the end of the day, it's their body.
Right.
But I'm going to show them other options.
Got it.
You know, I'm going to say, look, I'll take a picture and say, you know, here's this, but can you try on this for me? I just want to see what this looks like. Mm-hmm. But I want them to see the difference for themselves.
Right.
Because oftentimes, you know, they just set on a certain color, that they just have to have the color, but every color doesn't work for everybody.
Correct.
But I always let them see the options and see it themselves. Now, if they choose to go out there after I advise them not to, I can't stop, you know, a woman from going out and doing what she want to do, but at least I would have put my effort forward to let her know, like, I don't think this is the best fit for you or the look, but I gotta let a woman be a woman and let her, you know, take charge.
Right. All right now. You heard that, gentlemen. Sometimes you gotta let us take charge just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just ching, right? So that's awesome because he has options to create the vision. Exactly. Like, I know for me, I love orange. Orange is a beautiful color. Yellow is a beautiful color. But guess what colors don't look right on me? Orange or yellow. And it pains me because I see so many women with the pretty orange nails or the orange blouses, and I put it on, I look like the Great Pumpkin. So I can't wear certain colors. It doesn't look right on me. So I definitely understand what you mean, that every color isn't for everyone. Okay?
That is. That's true. Even when it comes to makeup and when it comes to hair, everything plays a major part. That's why I always stress, let's do a hair and makeup trial prior.
Right.
Like, not the week before, not the day before.
Not the day of.
You should try, because what I do for my brides, I have a bridal retreat. So for that weekend, their bridesmaids and the bride all get to do the hair and makeup, because it's very important for the bride to see how her bridesmaids are going to reflect in the pictures.
Right. Hey,
because
Derek.
you have those friends and family that'll just show up with, you know, these 27-piece or extra weave and all this other stuff. And it ruins the picture, because that's your moment. You want to be able to look at your pictures forever.
Right.
Not feeling like this should have been done wrong, this should have been this. Like, you don't want that. You want to be able to look at each picture and just smile like, wow, this was a beautiful moment. And when you're looking at pictures, you can relive that moment inside out.
Right.
So, but it's very important for all of that to just, you know, just come back and be like, no, we don't need all this extra stuff. Less is more.
Less is more.
If people don't understand that, they talk, I'm like, you don't need all this heavy makeup. You know, you want to be almost as natural as possible. But for brides, I always suggest they do waterproof makeup, because you're going to get teary-eyed.
You're going to cry.
But it's just... You know,
I know I am.
Not all the time, but... They listen eventually.
Listen, and you know what? I know what you mean, because I have literally seen, women with like the bird claw eyelashes and like the 27 bundles on top of the 15 bundles. And then, the extra, like, these are my natural nails. But I know if I was getting married this weekend, I would have to cut them down to a moderate size, because everything isn't for everything.
That's it.
But what do you say about the bride that's like, look, I have a shoestring budget, but I want like Beyonce, Meghan Markle, and Ellen DeGeneres put together?
I deal with all types of budgets and all types of clients. Now, it's a way to go about it. You can have the Beyonce look, but you have to moderate and be realistic in your choices. So you're not going to have a full-out bedazzled dress, but you may have a bedazzled bracelet or accessories that could still give you the quality look. That's why it's important for brides to have a stylist. It's very important for brides to have a stylist. That way, they can make their dream wedding, but another person can also help bring that vision out with the budget that they have in mind.
Exactly. And I love that. And yes, go right, so they are. I have to put a little acrylic on them, but yes, they are. I'm about to cut them too. They're getting too long. But I agree that I can agree to this. I can agree to accessorizing, where you may say, okay, I have to get a $200 gown, but I'm going to put on maybe $100 worth of bling that makes it look like a $5,000 gown.
Exactly. Because you can find a veil that has full crystals.
Yes.
You can get the little jewelry belt in your jewelry. All of that, because you can have a basic A-line dress, and then you can have, your jewelry that makes up the rest, and it makes the whole dress look like it's one unit and it's complete.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, here it's going to be either or questions right now, okay?
Okay.
Destination wedding or at home. Or not at home, but destination wedding or in your neighborhood type of wedding.
Okay. Either or. I would say in home or in your neighborhood. I have a destination wedding coming up actually in Costa Rica.
When are we going?
Now, in June 20th, actually.
I'm out of school.
Now, my bride for this had a budget in mind. But doing the destination is finding out that it's even more costly than it was.
Yes, it
is.
Yes.
So they're finding out they're having to pay an additional like $10,000 to $15,000 on top of what they originally set their budget to be.
Yeah.
So, and then destination weddings are only meant for small, intimate gatherings.
Thank you.
So if you only want to take 20 to 30 people to celebrate your special time away, then destination weddings are for you. But if you want a big elaborate wedding, do not have a destination wedding, because your guests are not paying thousands of dollars for flight and hotel and all
They're not.
They're
not
going to do that. So it's just a pros and cons. So either if you want a small wedding, then you can do a destination wedding, but you have to really set a budget, and then you just do the all-inclusive package. But keep in mind that there comes with risk with the all-inclusive package. Because what if their photographer loses all your pictures? Or what if they have a DJ that you don't like? Or what if the wedding cake is not really what you envision? All of those are things that people learn once they get, to those places. But there's nothing they can do about it, because they pay the all-inclusive, and it's whatever the resort is basically providing.
And that's all, folks. And I when I was planning my wedding last year, I need a sip of tea for this one. Hold on, guys, because this was like that's why I have 5 tea bags today. So when I was planning my wedding, we decided to have a destination wedding, and I said, listen, we're not going to bring people we were in school with when we were in 3rd grade. If I don't rock with you on a daily basis, I'm not bringing you. You could come to everything else, but we're going to do this. And people were squawking, and it wasn't a lot, but there were some people who, or some of the fondant's nasty. Wait a minute, what? And a couple of my friends who aren't in the state, who I didn't grow up with, but I knew in my adult years, they were like, well, are you going to pay for my ticket? Are you paying for my hotel stay? Are you paying for the cruise? No. As a matter of fact, I'm not. You know, my wedding party, yes. You, no. And I can't tell you how many family and friends that I grew up with was like, I'll go, but you have to. Once you tell me I have to, I'm taking your name off the list. Right, that right there. And the other part is people aren't taking into consideration the food, the cultural differences, what's hot and what's not. When we were I'm trying to figure out, was it Costa Rica or was it the Bahamas? I was somewhere, and it was a wedding. And I was like, oh, look at that. That is so beautiful. And they're dancing to a little song, Luther Vandross. All of a sudden you heard, what does the fox say? Nee, 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 nee. And I'm like, at the wedding, no?
And different cultures.
And her face, the bride's face was like, what? I mean, and had the nerve to do like a Funk Master Flex remix of the remix. That song played for about 15 minutes. And the little kids were like, nying, 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 and everyone was sitting there like
that's the risk. That's part of the risk.
Yeah. I'm like, what does the fox say? If anyone plays that, if I ever get married, we're going to fight on site. So, yeah, I'm just warning you. Go ahead.
And I was going to say with the whole list thing, when it comes to weddings, I always tell each bride, look at each guest as if you're spending $100 on each person.
Yes.
Would you spend $100 on that individual?
If the answer is no.
But then there's also the second phase of the checklist.
Uh-huh.
How well do you know that person? Do that person know you and your spouse? How well do they get along? How beneficial have that person been during the time that you've been together?
Makes sense.
If that person have not even been around, then the person don't know you or the person that you're getting married to. So why are they coming to the wedding?
Whew. Preach. I'm about to pass a plate.
A lot of things that I ask. I have a full questionnaire that I go over and I ask my brides all those questions, and it makes them reconsider their choices. Because I was like, on your wedding day, you want to be able to look around equally because now you're sharing a part of your union.
Right.
So the both of you need to look around and be able to see people that have really poured into your life, poured into your marriage, and that's going to be there to support and sustain you because it's not just a one day. It's a lifetime that you two are committing to. And so you need lifetime family and friends that's going to be in your corner regardless.
Right.
So if you don't have those people at your wedding, then they don't need to be there.
Come on, somebody. Because at the end, I was reading a comment too. At the end of the day, you know, like you said, it's not a barbecue. We're not going to a cookout. We're not going to a mosh pit, and we're not going to a buffet. You know, you're paying per person. And I have seen weddings where the bride and again, I did 2 weddings in my entire life, right? And I told her, she was like, I'm going to fire you. I said, I quit. Right? I told her before, if someone comes that didn't RSVP at the desk, if they come and say, hi, I'm Joe Schmo, I'm here for the wedding, and you're not on the wedding list, you get a to-go box and a party favor and a little note that says, I wish you RSVP'd to spend time with me. And that was it. Man, they wanted to fire me. But the point of the matter is, I think that, exactly, if you are not... Dig this. If you are not in a relationship with that person for at least a year, or it's not your 5th relationship in the last 2 months, don't bring them to my wedding. You know, right. I'm not going to look at my wedding pictures and say, what was his name again? And like 12 boyfriends later or 18 girlfriends later, you're like, oh, that was, I forgot their name. No, absolutely not.
We have a 2-part security system.
Ooh.
So the first part, my security team is at the parking lot. You cannot turn into the parking lot if you're not on the list. Because I feel like once you turn into the parking lot, you already came through the first part. That's just like going through TSA. You already came through the first. Now you're going on the gate. Now you get on the plane. So before you can get on this plane, you got to be verified.
I can't.
And if you're not verified, you can't get in. Because at the end of the day, only, people that RSVP, because you do have people that will RSVP and don't show up.
I hate that.
And on every invitation, we make sure that it says invitation is non-transferable.
Love
Meaning,
it.
if I only invited you and you can't come, I'm